Let's start by talking to Kate Hardcastle, who's a retail and consumer expert. Hello, Kate. You've been busy over the past couple of weeks. I've been watching you on the telly, listening to you on the radio, watching your social media. You've been busy.
It's been a busy year, Jason, and I think it's really important to try and make sure that we can add a voice of calm, that kind of bridge in between what's happening in the business world, what's happening for us as consumers. I'm trying my best, so I hope it helps.
No, you've been doing a marvellous job. So why are Tesco doing this then? I mean, it's a bizarre combination, eggs, rice, soap and toilet roll.
It really does feel like it's the most odd shopping basket, doesn't it, to be created. But this is very much what Tesco are saying, is to try and help ensure there is enough for everyone to go around rather than a reaction to current shortages. Now, we know we've got kind of this feast of three things to contend with as consumers. We know there's going to be change with regards to Brexit, particularly with some of the brand names that are dependent on working internationally. We know that we may be entering more restrictions going forwards. And added into that, there's a usual time of year where there's a bit of panic and chaos anyway, because we shop very emotionally, Jason, as you know, and this is Christmas time, and this Christmas seems to have more meaning, more impact than ever for a lot of us. So what it's trying to do as a supermarket is be responsible, and we've seen a lot of that from the supermarkets this year. Earlier back in March and April, when there was the first round of this almost panic buying, the supermarkets actually worked together, putting out a whole piece of nationwide advertising saying, we will feed the nation. There might not be everything that you want there, but there'll be enough that you need. And I think that's a responsible way to retail. I hope we're going to see a lot more of it next year.
This is Steph on the text who says, morning, Jason. Our local shop has no items on restrictions or limits. They still have fresh local fruit, veg and meat. Shop local, says Steph. If you're lucky enough to have a local shop like Steph's, then that's perfect, I suppose, Kate.
Oh, that's a win-win, isn't it? That's just brilliant, because if you can shop local, not only are you perhaps not going to see the queues in the same way, you're perhaps not going to feel the fear, but better than ever, you're going to be supporting a local business. And we know that they have had such importance in our communities, particularly this year. They've reminded us all of how much we do need that local community network of business, feeding money back into local economy. So that's a really, if you feel safe to do so, great way of making sure you get what you want and supporting local too.
Elizabeth has just texted us to say Pembroke Dock gridlocked at 8:45 on Monday, and we were told that getting into Tesco's at 6 was useless. As 80-year-olds, we had to shop, Jason, at 5:15 in the morning to keep safe. Why are people so selfish? What is going on out there, Kate?
Goodness me, that's so sad to hear. And I think it is this fact that there's a lot of panic. We buy emotionally. And the thing is, we're all partly responsible. If we put a picture of some empty shelves on social media, just wanting to share it with our friends, saying, look at this, there was no toilet rolls here, or this was the queue here, guess what that creates? Absolute panic in others. So it's partly down to us, a little bit down to the media, I think a little bit down to all of us to try and reassure. You know, instead of putting an empty shelf, maybe if you've found a positive experience somewhere, share that. Say, look, here we go. Here's some food. Here's the stack shelves. Here's where we didn't have to queue as long. Because I think we can all share the information, positive and negative, and I think it really works if we share it positively.
In a word, at 10 o'clock, we're discussing this. Yorkshire puddings on a Christmas plate. Yes or no, Kate?
100%.
100% yes?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Totally, absolutely. Well done, Kate. Have a lovely Christmas. Kate Hardcastle, retail and consumer expert.